Of course, over the weekend, we were in the 80s, but then the bottom dropped out and now we're in the 40s. WFMY News 2's Christian Morgan is looking at what's happening over the next couple of days and how we could be in for record-breaking temperatures.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This cold weather is going to be a bit tough to stomach, especially since we're going from 80s yesterday all the way down into the 20s by Thursday morning. This is really some kind of change of events, if you will. And we are headed for our first freeze of the season as well. The next couple of mornings could happen more than once. We're down to freezing tonight. I think Wednesday night, Thursday morning will be our coldest as we easily dip down into the upper 20s. And then we're back to around freezing by Thursday night and Friday morning. And it has us asking the question about when we typically have our first freeze. Around here in the Piedmont, it's typically between October 21st and 31st as a general rule. It doesn't always happen that way. And if we put it at least in this year's terms, we're really on the later end of that time frame. Happens a little sooner for our folks to the north and west by about a week, and a little later by about a week to our south and to our east. So we could say we're running a little bit late for our first freeze of the season this year, but yes, it will likely come heading into tonight, and if not tonight, for tomorrow night. Earliest it's ever come was back on October 2nd, 1947. However, it has come as late as December 1st in a very warm year back in 2009. So we're not very far away from average. The other story is going to be possibly tying a record for tomorrow. Our forecast high is for 49. The record for tomorrow is also 49 for the coolest November 1st. So we'll come close to that for your Wednesday.
Well, the overnight drop in temperature has called for a white flag night here in Greensboro. Now, this, of course, alerts the homeless that the Interactive Resource Center warming shelter will be open for the night. People can stay at the center. It's located at the corner of East Washington and Murrow Boulevard. Before COVID, the center could see 150 people a night. In the meantime, the city of Greensboro is setting up temporary pallet homes for the homeless. They're set to return to Pomona Park as of tomorrow. Last year, there were 30 tiny homes with heating and air accessible on the Spaceball outfield. 60 people were able to stay there for 3 months. The housing is expected to open sometime next month. Well, the sudden drop in temperature has most of us running to the thermostat, right? We want to keep our house cool when we sleep, but there's a lot of folks who just simply cannot warm their house in the wintertime. WFMY News 2 partners with Barico Fuels for the Gift of Warmth program. More than 1,400 families have been helped. When you donate to the Gift of Warmth, Barico matches your donation.
It might be that one-time situation, where they've been on their feet for many years of the past, and then they all of a sudden need it. Back in the day, my grandfather would store some extra money in a drawer somewhere for that needy family that would come by and have some needs throughout the holidays or winter season. And, over the years, that became a higher need.
1 in 4 families in the Triad need some sort of help to keep the heat on. The Gift of Warmth program isn't just for Barico customers. It's really for anyone in our area with any kind of heat. The heating assistance is for those in Guilford, Alamance, Rockingham, and Caswell counties. But this isn't the only way that you can help. You can also help by rounding up your bill. For instance, I have Piedmont Natural Gas, and they do what they call Share the Warmth. Basically, my bill was $39.79. They round up your bill and give the extra to Share the Warmth. This time around, it was 21 cents. Duke Energy has the same thing. They rounded up my bill by 58 cents to make it even. Now, with these programs, you can do something helpful with something as small as just 58 cents. Contact your provider to enroll in these programs. The change in temperature means a change in what you wear, but not all fabrics keep you warm. There's a trick to layering for the ultimate warmth. For this, let's take a look. You should wear 3 different layers. The inner layer should be wool or silk or synthetic to keep moisture away from your body. This is the thing. Do not wear cotton. Cotton t-shirt does not work. The middle layer should be wool or synthetic to provide insulation. The outer layer can be a warm jacket. Now, this can be your fleece or your cotton. That protects you from the cold and the wind and the overheating. Both adults and children need to wear cold weather accessories like hats, scarves, gloves. If you start wearing feeling too hot, you can always lose a layer or 2. Also, they say don't ignore shivering. That's the first sign that your body is losing heat. Parents, I know that you want to keep your kids warm and you want to bundle them up, but you need to be aware of the danger of putting your kids in their car seat with their coat on. Consumer Reports says kids should never be wearing puffy coats in their car seats because it can prevent the harnesses from being tightened incorrectly, which can then be dangerous if you're in a crash.
In a crash, if he was still wearing his coat would compress, all of that puffiness would compress, leaving this extra room, which gives him additional room to move and potentially move outside the safety of his car seat, which would increase his risk of injury.
So what should you do instead? Consumer Reports recommends securing your child into the seat and then putting a blanket or coat on top of the harness. For older kids, you can put their coat sleeves on backwards after they're already harnessed in.